Hello, hello. I believe I am live on multiple platforms right now. Hello, my name is Walt Chambers, and I'm here for a live session. It's going to be a fun one. I'm going to be diving deeper into the training question that I dropped this week. If you don't follow me on Facebook or you're on any of the other platforms that I'm currently live on, um, posted a poll. It was just a simple question that um, is very very complex for a lot of people, which is what's the biggest challenge when starting a workout routine? And I was absolutely blown away by the response that I had. There was just so many people chiming in. There was a lot of similar answers when it comes to just starting a workout routine, and also when it comes to motivation. So I then there was like a lot of things in between. So I really wanted to come on today before my masterclass tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific time, where I'll be presenting on workout gamification. So basically, I'll be diving deep into the power of gamification to teach you how you can leverage that to generate more motivation, more personalization, and also to make working out and training fun and rewarding. Because that's the big thing is the biggest reason why people can't stick to a workout routine when it comes to consistency is because they don't know how to make it fun and they don't know how to make it rewarding. And the rewarding aspect of training and working out is getting results, right? Not just results physically, but results inside the gym, results outside of the gym as well. And there's so many secondary benefits when it comes to working out. It's not just something to do because everyone else is doing it or maybe because you should be doing it. It truly can be used to accomplish anything. It's a way to bulletproof your mind and your body so that you can live a prosperous life, pain free, and a life that you can continuously grow in indefinitely. So that's the power of training and working out and just fitness in general. There's so many more benefits. But today I'm going to be diving into exactly how at Infinite, how our wizards, which is our team of transformation specialists, how we design training programs for each individual that's completely customized and personalized by how you want to train, why you train, your current experience level, and much, much more. So, excited to dive much deeper into that right now. If you're with me on either Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, wherever you are right now, feel free to drop in the comment section um, your thoughts. Feel free to drop your questions as well. I may or may not be able to see these questions, but if I do get your comments, I will absolutely follow up with you if you do drop any comment in the comment section or anything, any questions that you might have based on what I'm covering. Again, this is not my masterclass. My masterclass will be on Zoom tomorrow, Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific time on workout gamification. If you haven't gotten that registration link, make sure you drop into my Facebook page or feel free to reach out to me personally and I'll send you the link so you can get registered. There is a max capacity of 15, but we will be sending the recording if you don't get on that list. So, with all that being said, let's dive into the fun stuff. I'm not going to be here long, just want to kind of give you a brief introduction into how we design training at Infinite. So, let's dive in. So, I'm going to jump over to what you guys see right now, which is our Infinite website. So, basically, let's go back here to the homepage. So this is the homepage of Infinite. If you're familiar with gaming, specifically RPGs or anything like that, you might see some similarities. This is what they call is the title screen. So I really wanted to make this experience that everyone goes through at Infinite game like. Almost as if this is not just you getting into the virtual world, but this is actually you extending the virtual world into the real world by kind of transforming fitness into like a role playing game. Because that's what makes things fun, right? When you turn things that are strenuous, when you turn things that are difficult into a fun and engaging experience, which is the core of what Infinite is, gamification, then you can truly transform in ways that you can't even imagine. So this is our home screen. I actually wanted to walk you through the exact experience that everyone goes through when it comes to all of our warriors designing their own training experience when it comes to the infinite world that we created. So the first thing that you'll see is a login, registration, or about section. Again, if you want to, if this is your first time, I recommend just going here in the registration section where you can create a free account, where you can unlock access to everything that basically almost everything that we offer when it comes to the free things, as far as creating your avatar, all the adventures when it comes to getting to your fitness goals, education, which is really, really big, all of our guides and much, much more. Again, this is completely free. If this is your first time kind of checking us out, and maybe you've been wondering what Walt does. And of course, if you want to dive a little bit deeper, feel free to check out our About section, where you can dive a little bit deeper into myself, my team, and exactly what we do here at Infinite. But for now, we are going to be going into the login area where all of our warriors log in to your specific account. As you can see, there are 3 membership tiers, and basically each one of these tiers must be earned and unlocked. The first tier, like I said, is free because you unlocked it by finding your way to Infinite. You found Infinite. There are people out there that don't even know Infinite exists, or even me. Therefore, you found it. Congratulations, you unlocked common membership tier. Again, the common membership tier unlocks a lot of the functionality when it comes to getting into Infinite and really diving into how Infinite can support you in transforming your life. So, as you can also see here, there are 2 membership tiers, uncommon and rare. Again, if you are a fan of RPGs, this is what we call our rarity system. There's different rarity tiers when it comes to specific things that you acquire in games. So the next tier is uncommon, which again must be unlocked along with rare. And I'm not going to get into the unlock requirements and things like that as of right now. Maybe that's for a later live. But this one's all about designing your training experience and really redefining what customization actually means when it comes to training, fitness, nutrition, and even mindset. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the rare tier, because I unlocked the rare tier over here. And as you can see, if you haven't unlocked it, you won't be able to get in. So I'm going to sign in real quick. And unlock access. Boom. Now I'm in. No, Chrome, I do not want you to have my password. And so this is the main menu when it comes to Infinite. Again, it's going to look a little bit different depending on your membership tier, but as of right now, this is kind of like the standard look. There's basically a couple things that you can do. You can start a new game. You can continue game. You can look into our warrior transformations, or you can dive into our warrior community. So this live is going to be all about starting a new game, really creating your holistic fitness gamification experience. So I'm going to start a new game. And now you're faced with the first choice. Choose your class. So at Infinite, we have a number of unique classes, starting with the Barbarian. Now, the Barbarians are fierce, muscular beasts whose strength and fortitude are fueled by their battle rage. They specialize in the bodybuilding training style. The style of training incorporates moderate to heavy dumbbell, barbell, machine exercises, strategic muscle isolation, high training volume, and a mix between low and high exercise repetitions. So the Barbarian class is very, very bodybuilding focused. It's very hypertrophy or muscle building focused. And this is actually our most popular warrior class. You'd be surprised how many people train as the barbarian class and they don't even know it. You'd be surprised how many people train like bodybuilders, even though they don't want to train like bodybuilders. It's pretty interesting, but hopefully this description kind of breaks things down for you to really get a better understanding of what this training style is. And you can click next and go to our next class if the barbarian is not the class for you, which brings us to the goddess. Our goddesses are divine, feminine, all-powerful beauties whose prowess extends far beyond lower body strength, but also graceful movement. I wrote all this myself, by the way. They specialize in the strong lifting training style. The style of training incorporates lower body dominant compound exercises, moderate intensity training, strategic muscle isolation, and total body mobility. Again, this is a very lower body glute emphasis class, which we'll dive deeper into the masteries, which is our specializations, in a moment. But as you can see, there are a number of classes. I'm not going to go through each one. Again, this is kind of like an introduction. If you'd like to experience this yourself, again, feel free to go to infiniterpg.com. You can make an account completely for free, and you can make your own warrior avatar, okay? So feel free to dive into each one of our classes. We have the orc. We have the orc is the powerlifting training style. The ninja is the calisthenics training style. The gladiator is our athletics training style. And last but not least, the Spartan is our metabolic conditioning training style. So there's a lot of ways to train. That's the key takeaway when it comes to choosing your class, because basically each one of these choices are going to essentially create your warrior avatar, and your avatar defines your adventure, your experience that you'll be embarking on in the fitness world that we call Infinite. So just for demonstration purposes, I'm gonna just select the barbarian as an example. Next up, we gotta choose your gender. We only have two genders. That's going to be the male and the female. So there are specifics when it comes to training that are primarily for men and also primarily for women. And that kind of dives deep into a lot of the training customizations. We believe that everyone is an individual, right? So this is how we really get deeper into individuality and customization when it comes to your training experience, right? And we believe that there is some slight differences amongst men and women, especially when it comes to training volume. That is a huge component that most people don't consider for both men and women. Plain and simple, most men can handle more training volume than women. So that has to be factored into a training program. And if not, what's going to happen is you're going to get a lot of symptoms of overtraining. You're going to increase the risk of pain and dysfunction and injuries if you don't regulate your training volume. And that also has an effect on everything outside of training as well, as far as your overall quality of life, how you think and how you feel and how you function throughout the day outside the gym. And this is why each one of these choices are very, very important. So I'm going to choose male barbarian before we continue. Next thing is choosing your mastery. So this is our training specialization, or in other words, this is basically how your training goal, ultimately. Like, what is your number one goal? Again, you can ask, I've had conversations like this for, I've been training myself for 15 years, and majority of that time has been, fortunately, coaching, mentoring, and training other people. And the question I always get is like, I want to build, what's your training goal? I want to build muscle, I want to lose body fat, I want to get toned, I want to be athletic, I want to be healthy. And it's like you name like 12 different things. And basically, key takeaway, if you chase 2 rabbits or more, you'll end up catching none. Number one reason why people fail when it comes to setting fitness goals is they choose too many goals and they're heading in all these different types of directions. And each one of these goals are going to require things from a psychological level, a physiological level, as well as a difficulty level. Because, for example, building muscle is one of the hardest things that you can do. And burning body fat is also difficult as well. And there's a lot of goals that require different experience levels and different foundations and even different principles and strategies. So choosing one goal is kind of how we structured all of our training programs around, which is what we call is our mastery. So the first mastery that we have here is muscle building. So master building muscle, getting stronger and feeling swole. Again, this is for those people who want to accomplish that, right? And again, this is the number one goal, right? You can also have the goal of burning body fat too, which is what we call as body recomposition, but that is not for everyone. And as you can see, we don't even have that as a mastery available to you because again, this is very, very hyper specific. Only certain types of warriors are able to accomplish that goal of body recomposition, which is building muscle and losing body fat simultaneously. For a number of different reasons that I'll be covering in a future live and a future masterclass. But muscle building is one of the specializations. Then there is fat burning. And this is also an example of your avatar as a barbarian with these particular masteries. As you can see, if I go back here, you can see your avatar being kind of customized and created, starting with your gender. And let's say, for example, I even selected female over here. You'll see an example of what your avatar would look like if you chose these particular avatars. And as you can see, they're all different. So I'm going to go back over here, go back to male, and just finish showing you our masteries. We also have the power boosting mastery for master, increasing explosive power, getting the strongest and feeling like a tank. Shout out to Orc Warrior Jakis, powerlifting champion. So yeah, I'm gonna just, again, for demonstration purposes, I'm gonna choose, let's just say fat loss, because that's what a lot of people are focusing on right now, getting ready for the summertime. And once you choose your mastery or your specialization, you then choose your level. And this is, again, a very, very misinterpreted approach. Most people associate training level or training experience with the length of time that they train, which is so far from the truth. Just because you've been training for 10 years doesn't mean that you are more competent than the person who's been training 5 years. Reason why is the quality of your training experience. If you're doing the same thing for 10 years, how are you going to increase your competency? Just because you have more experience in one area does not mean you are advancing your skill sets. And that's a big, big question, because especially when I ask someone, I'm like, hey, what's your training experience? And they're like, oh, I'm intermediate. I've been training for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Or maybe they say, hey, I'm advanced. I've been training for 10 years. And it's like, but what's the quality of your training experience? And that is answered through what we call is our warrior trials. So we have warrior trials for each one of these classes, starting with the barbarian. So as you can see here, it says, what's your barbarian warrior level? Test your combat, which is your physical skills, alchemy, which is your nutritional, and intellect, which is your mental skills, to discover your barbarian warrior level at Infitnite. I spent a lot of time in designing this process of really asking the key questions that truly define the quality of your training experience physically, mentally, and nutritionally. Again, this is not one-to-one. It's not 100% accurate. So don't take offense if you take the quiz or do the warrior trials and you get level 1 and you've been training for 10 years. Like, don't let that um, you know destroy your motivation, or don't let this be a complete judgment. Again, this is just a general quiz asking specific questions and actually opening up opportunities for you to dive deeper into the skills that you can improve in that may be weighing down your overall training experience and preventing you from getting to your next level. So remember that. So again, I'm not going to go through the whole quiz again. It's 7 minutes. um, you enter your first name, last name, email, and the first trial is combat. So when you go into the first trial, first question is I have existing physical injuries or health conditions that limit my ability to perform exercise at my best without feeling pain or discomfort. Then you got the options of agree strongly, disagree a little, disagree strongly, agree a little, or neither agree nor disagree. So I definitely don't agree strongly. I disagree strongly. So now it goes into the next question, and this is kind of like how the structure is for each one of these three, what we call as attributes: combat, which is physical; alchemy, which is nutritional; and intellect, with it, which is mental. So once you complete the trials, you'll get a score, which will give you your overall warrior level, as well as how you scored in each one of these three areas. And from there, what you can do is you can then choose your warrior level, and this is the last choice that you make. And again, this is the most difficult because, again, you might think that, like, hey, I'm highly experienced, I'm advanced, but in reality, the quality of your training experience might not be where you should be, at least in our world at Infinite, because we have helped a lot of people on so many levels. I'm talking complete beginner who can't even do a push up or a squat to world champion athletes. So we have to create a level system that can accommodate comes to progressing from the complete beginner to your next level after that, and the next level after that, and even if you're even a world champion, what is your next level after that? And that's why we designed the warrior trial. So once you complete those trials, get your level, you then make the choice of choosing your level. And as of right now, we have 4 levels. We have level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. And each one of these levels actually walks you through the experience that you have as whichever class that you chose, which I chose in this example, a barbarian, the gender that you chose, the mastery, which is the specialization. In this example, I chose fat burning. And then lastly, the level and what you need to get to the next level. So all that information is here so you know the experience that you're about to embark on. What's the thing that's holding you back at your current level? What are the things that you need to be incorporating in order to start generating results? These are all important questions that most people don't answer. They just go online to their favorite fitness person and they buy their program thinking like, "Oh, I want their results," or they are promoting a goal that I want to achieve, and that's it. That's not customization, that's not personalization, and that is setting you up for long-term failure. This is showing you the path forward in the short term and also giving you a progression path beyond that, beyond the next 4 months, beyond the next 12 months, beyond the next 2 years, because that is the core belief system that we have at Infinite, which is long term sustainability, growth, and mastery. We're not here to give you some quick results just to feed your ego and get short term satisfaction and gratification. That's not what we believe in. I've been doing this professionally for over a decade, and I've seen so many people set these goals, get these quick results, and then now are struggling, and also struggled shortly after that because They're not following a path, a program, and a training experience that is customized and also gives them the tools, the strategies, and the guidance for them to continue their progression. So, wanted to get that off my chest. Anyway, back to the experience here. We're almost done. Let's just say, for example, I'm going to choose level 3, and as you can see, whichever one I choose, you then create your avatar. So just for this example, I'm going to create my avatar, level 4, Barbarian, and boom. Now you get your Barbarian name, level 4, Barbarian Blazer. And each one of these avatars has a unique name that's unique to exactly your training experience. And essentially, now that you have your warrior avatar, you now have your custom training program, which is the level 4 Barbarian Blazer program. And that is the experience. So once you go through this quick process, again, it can take anywhere between 5 minutes if you just want to, or if you already know your answers, or even 15 if you want to go through the warrior trials and really figure out your skill level and your experience level. And that's it. This alone will get you much more farther than anything that you've probably done when it comes to fitness and training, because you are literally customizing your own training experience. You're literally kind of going through the process of actually fine-tuning and creating that path forward towards success. That's the big thing, big difference when it comes to what we do here at Infinite. It's not just about gaming stuff. It truly, at the core of it, it's holistic fitness that we amplify using gamification to ultimately transform how you move, how you feel, how you think, how you function, and also the overall quality of your life. And how we do that is we do this first, before we do anything else, is we create your own warrior avatar, your own custom experience that you have in the Infinite Fitness world. So, besides that, you might be wondering, cool, like what's after this? Continue. Ooh, well, guess what? You're gonna have to find out after you create your avatar, because after you click this button, you're gonna also see all the possibilities when it comes to actually choosing your adventure, and that's the next step. Once you get your avatar, once you get your training program, essentially, you then can choose the methodology, the adventure that you can embark on. And at Infinite, there's a number of different things that we have to support you on your training adventure when it comes to mentorship, when it comes to education, also when it comes to community as well, turning your own fitness goals into a multiplayer, or should I say multi-warrior experience. So that's about it. Again, if you'd like to dive deeper into this, feel free to go to infiniтерpg.com. That's INFITNITE RPG.com. Create an account for free, and you can feel free to use this completely for free and give it a try and really get your avatar, your own custom avatar, to step into the infinite world that we've created. Last but not least, if you want to dive deeper into our workout gamification masterclass, which is going down tomorrow, which is Friday, June 9th at 4 p.m. Pacific time or 7 p.m. Eastern time, where I'll be diving much deeper into the psychology of training when it comes to generating the motivation to actually show up and work out, and also sustaining motivation so that you can be more consistent, which is the gateway to more long-term results. Feel free to join me at the Workout Gamification Masterclass. Again, you could find the link on our website, or you can find it on Facebook. And as you can see here, you can register. Again, we have a capacity of 15. We're expecting quite a few people based on the response that we had on our post the other day. But if for example you don't get on the list, if you register, we will be sending the recording to all participants or all registrants, regardless of whether or not you can make it to the Zoom call. So don't feel like you're going to be missing out too much on this experience. Of course, the live experience is going to be the best possible one because you get to be there live, you get to ask your questions, you get to engage with everyone else. But worst case scenario, you will get the recording. So again, this link is on infiniterpg.com or Facebook. So other than that, that is basically it. So I hope you enjoyed this. This was just kind of like a walkthrough, because you'd be surprised, like, there's so many people that I've talked to that, like, don't even know I have a website. Like, so I hope you now know a little bit more about that process that I myself, along with all of our other wizards, go through when it comes to creating the customized training experience that we have at Infitnite, because that's what we believe is what's missing when it comes to a lot of the fitness solutions out there. It's just so black and white. It's so burn fat 30 days, build muscle 60 days, and that's it. And it's like, this stuff doesn't work for the long term, and that's why we have such a huge problem when it comes to obesity, when it comes to health complications, and when it comes to much more than that. So again, this is not my masterclass. My masterclass is tomorrow at Friday, June 9th, 4 p.m. Pacific time. Feel free to register on Facebook or our website. And this is Walt, the founder, lead designer, and master wizard at Infitnite, by your side as your guide on your fitness adventure. So I'm looking forward to diving deeper into this in my masterclass tomorrow. Would love to see you there. Would love to get your questions answered, and would love to support you on your fitness journey. So I'll see you tomorrow, warrior. Peace out.